What's going on YouTube? Johnny here, back with another video for you guys today. As always, hope everyone's been doing well and you guys had a great week. Today is episode 9 of Cooking with Johnny and we'll be making a shepherd's pie. And sorry for not uploading any videos or having footage from Thanksgiving. I know I said in my last video that I would, but Cullen and Ashley ended up coming up to visit and it was just a bit hectic and didn't really have much time to film. So here we are, as I said, episode 9 of shepherd's pie. So let's go ahead and get into the cooking. Alright, first up we'll be making beef broth. So we have our bouillon cube and we'll put our boiling water over it. Alright guys, first up we're going to peel the potato. And good rule of thumb, you always kind of want to start on these early just because they take a while to boil. So we're going to, as I said, boil them and then mash them for the shepherd's pie. And we're starting on dinner early tonight because it is UFC 310 and I want to be done with cooking and situated for the UFC event. Really looking forward to the card and I think it'll be some good action for us tonight. So yeah, as I said, peeling the potato and not the most even, but it's all right. So then we'll just cut this in half as best as we can because I didn't do it in a uniform shape, so. And then we'll cut the halves in half. Boom. And then with these, we'll just dice them just like that. And you want to do them in similar sized pieces, or at least for the most part, so that way it's an even cooking time throughout when they boil in the water. So that was good. So we have our vegetables and meat here. We'll be using ground beef. Ground chuck technically. Same thing. Right here is frozen tomato paste from before. When we use it, we didn't use the entire can of it. So that's why, as I said, this is an efficient kitchen. We freeze it and use it for leftovers at another time. But we have garlic, celery, onions, carrots, and then we have some zucchini. And one thing I noticed, kind of looks like one of those inflatables that you see at the car dealership. So what we'll do is cut the ends off. We'll cut it in half. And then we'll take each half, cut it in half again. And then each piece, if they're kind of thicker than usual. So then we just have a bunch of them like this. And then we'll just finely chop them. Boom. Boom. And then we have our tray with everything to put them over here once they are chopped up. But yeah, guys, it is December. Crazy how fast time is going by. And what is today's date? I think the I have to look. She's holding up. It's the 7th. Thank you. But yeah, it's almost Christmas. Santa's getting ready. I'm sure he's busy, and I gotta start watching some holiday movies to get into the spirit of Christmas. So let me know down below what your favorite holiday movie is, or Christmas movie I should say, since that's a holiday we're approaching. So celery is done. Up next, we're going to chop the onion. And the one thing I like about using leftover onions is when you stick them in the fridge, maybe it's placebo, I don't know, but I find that when onions have been in the fridge, they're not as potent, so your eyes don't sting and burn as much. Is that a legit thing? Or is that just, I don't know.
A little less.
Yeah, who knows? Oh, I'm speeding up. Let's go. Gotta be careful. I feel like the one time I start boasting about it. I don't want to lose a finger. And then I'll just take all the bits that I've already chopped up, and I'll just probably do one or two final chops over everything, just to make sure. And you don't have to do this, but you know, if you don't want big onion chunks, or big chunks of onion, I should say. And it does cook down, so that's nice. But And I'm not separating all the vegetables that I'm chopping up on the tray. I'm just piling them on top of each other because we're throwing everything in at once. So that's why I'm doing that. Garlic now. All right, so I kind of take back what I said about the onion because now my eyes are starting to burn. Oh, a delayed reaction. Ooh. It wasn't until that final chop. I don't know what's going on. Ooh. So the garlic is done, and this is the official chef accessory right here. It's part of the uniform. So we'll scoop the garlic onto the tray. Okay, so then, sorry, as I said earlier, my eyes started burning from that onion. It's just like full effect now. All right, so we'll take the slices of zucchini and cut them like that. And because they're kind of wider cuts, I'll just cut them into thirds actually. And then, you know, just chop them up. All right, zucchini done. For the carrots, boom, cut them in half, then half it again, and then we'll just chop them up. And because these are thicker carrots, I'll probably just do a final chop at the end, similar to how I did the onion. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to add the beef to the pan, and then we'll break it up. Because we want kind of like a ground beef type thing. I'm going to hold it this way. Listen to that sizzle. But yeah, as I said, we're going to brown up the beef, and then once it browns up, we'll add the vegetables to it, so I'll see you guys then. Alright, it's veggie time. So here we go. Okay, back up. So what we'll do is, without making a mess, hopefully, just add the veggies in. Eventually, one by one. And then we'll just mix this around. Let the veggies cook with the meat and just soften up for a bit. And then I'll see you in the next bit. Alright guys, and for the next bit, so we're going to season everything or add some additional seasoning. So we have the salt. You got to be careful with this one, as always. But that's what I'm talking about. One thing when I'm cooking, there'll always be good taste, that I can assure you. So actually, losing my mind here. So we'll stir that around. All right, and then up next we have a couple of things here. So we have our broth, we have our white wine. Usually red wine goes better with beef, but we didn't have that, so we'll just add that in later. But what we'll do is add the flour, and this is for when we add our liquid. It helps coat everything and form a kind of like a thicker gravy. Just thicker gravy kind of thing. And then we'll go ahead and add our liquid ingredients plus the paste that has melted and defrosted, so it's no longer a block of paste. Alright, so that's been going for a little bit, so it's time to add the wine. And what we'll do is we'll just mix that around. Okay. But it's time now to add the tomato paste. Boom. And we'll stir that up. Kind of break that up and stir it up. Alright. So that's good. play the drums a bit and get all the things off the spoon. There we go. And then we'll add the beef broth. And we'll stir again. So it's a lot of rinse and repeating of the steps going forward. Alright, so that's good. Just kind of let that soak up and absorb. Alright guys, so it's time to mash the potatoes. So obviously we drain the water. And I was going to use the manual method, but I checked the time and the early prelims have started for the UFC, and I'm not just a casual, alright? I take my UFC serious. I'm a big fan, so I love tuning in from the early prelims all the way through. So I called in some reinforcements. So here's what we're gonna do. Without sending potato flying everywhere. Oh, alright. We're not gonna do that, alright? So I wonder who set this up. They didn't do it properly. I don't even think it's in the right one. Alright guys, that was not my fault, alright? The person who set up this equipment while I was working on the other part of the dinner, put the wrong one in there. So I'm not working with faulty equipment, I just got a faulty team member, that's what it is. You know? Someone's getting canned. But as I was saying, before I sent that thing flying, I'm not gonna start it on full speed just because I don't wanna make a mess. So we just kind of work it in. And then we can increase it from there. And you know, I'm working with the right equipment now, so good to go. There's that. And we'll mix it around. Alright guys, so then turn that off so you can hear me. So what we'll do is now we'll add the cream. So we'll do that on a low speed so we don't make a mess. It's kind of fighting back. Alright, increase the speed. The potatoes got a little thick. Alright, there we go. Do that. I mean, look at that. That looks good. And what we'll do, add a little bit more salt. You know what? There we go. Everyone's drinking their water tonight, that's for sure. There's that. Then we can add the egg and cheese in a little bit. I'm just gonna get a couple more rotations in there. All right, that's that. So what we'll do, add the Parmesan cheese, and then we just scrambled one egg. Add that in. Leave that in there. Alright guys, and there we go. Nice and fluffy and creamy as well, which is why we add the cream. Yeah, you gotta cut it. What are you doing? We'll spread that out. Boom. There's that. And then now what we'll do is, this is kind of tricky because you don't want the meat to pop through the potatoes. So what we'll do, we'll just kind of set them down in different areas, or I guess different scoops of potatoes down in different areas, and then it's easier to spread out from there. Boom. Boom. And that way I'm not being selfish with the views, you guys can see what's going on here. So that's that. And I'll get more of that later. What I'm gonna do is just kind of gently work it around. All right guys, and for the finished product, here we go. As I was saying, you can kind of see the spots where the meat and the sauce are popping up through, but no big deal. So that's that. We had the oven going, and so we'll go ahead and stick this in there for a little bit. And I'll see you then after that. And it should take about, I don't know, how long do you think it, I don't know, you can eyeball it, but yeah, this is just to brown the potatoes. Oops, no, yeah, I don't know, before you fry my camera. So that's that, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, it is time. So we'll see here, the big reveal. Ooh, burn my eyebrows off. All right, here we go. As you can see, looks really nice. And one of my favorite things about making a shepherd pie, I don't know why, it reminds me of like a lemon meringue pie, of when you see the meringue on top of just like the, what do you call it, like the peaks?
Yeah, the peaks, texture.
Yeah, but except, you know, this is potato, obviously. But yeah, it just looks really cool. So we'll let that obviously sit for a little bit, and then I'll see when it's time to plate the food. So see you then. All right, guys, it is time to eat. So as you can see, once more, the final product before I get a piece out, and you can, hopefully it picks it up on the mic. We'll see when I edit. But boom, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Just gonna scoop it out. Get a little bit more because I'm starving. And I can always go back for more later if I want. So there's that. And then also, we decided to make a quick little Caesar salad. So just, you know, we added some croutons, black olives, and then some Parmesan cheese. So I have my plate right here. But that is the dinner tonight, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed episode 9. I think it's episode 9. I think that's what I said in the beginning. We'll double check. But hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. And as always, guys, I truly appreciate all of your support. So thank you for stopping by, tuning in, and supporting me in this channel. Please be sure to make sure that you click the like and subscribe button. And then also don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video when I upload. But with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a great upcoming week. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.